Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sujit, Marudha, Shreya, Shivam, Srijan. Science read, okay. Asma, Satish, Ishita. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm good, Shivam. Thank you. Audio, video clear. Perfect. Layasri, Stephen, Rahul, Agritech. Yes, Shivam, I have noted that down. Rahul, Purva, Suresh. Good evening everyone. Sang Singh, Anis, Ahana. Good evening. Good evening, Maruta, Piyush. I was not absent, Piyush. I did not take the class. Students are absent. How can teacher be absent? I did not take a class. Priyanka, good evening. Rajita, good evening. Good evening. Prateek. Good evening. Good evening, Prateek. Zafar. Biotechnology, yes. There are some parts which I have done in biotechnology here also. Yes, there is only one paragraph in NCERT, Srijan. We will try to elaborate it a little bit so that we know what type of questions can be asked. Shreya. Okay, we'll see. After the class, I'll ask you the same question, Shreya. Is it still difficult? Sujit, good evening. Falak Riyaz, good evening. Good evening. Sagar, good evening. No, Piyush, I don't get time these days for all those things. Untold Biology, good evening. Minhal Sheikh, I'm good, I'm good. Okay, so now let us start with inflorescence. Inflorescence is arrangement of flowers on floral axis. Arrangement of flowers on floral axis. That is what is inflorescence. And we classify this inflorescence into three categories mainly. One, racemose, cymose and special type. Racemose, second is cymose, and then there is a category which is known as special type of inflorescence. We will first compare racemose and cymose and then we will come to the special type. The basic difference in racemose and cymose are some significant ones. For example, in racemose, the main axis never terminates into a flower. That means it is going to continuously grow. Main axis grows continuously. If we compare it with cymose inflorescence, here whichever main axis is there, main axis or a branch always terminates into a flower. Terminates into a flower. That means this main axis has a limited growth. Main axis has limited growth. Now, if you have to understand this, here main axis will continuously grow as there is always a terminal bud there, and here the main axis or the branch will always terminate in a flower, so its growth is going to be up to a limited length. The next difference is, in case of racemose, the flowers are arranged in acropetal manner. Acropetal manner. Whereas in case of cymose, the flowers are in basipetal manner. Basipetal manner. Now what exactly this means? Acropetal manner means the lower flowers are older and bigger, younger flowers are smaller, upper flowers are younger and smaller. Here the upper flowers are older and largest and the younger flowers are on the lower side and small. So now let us draw this diagram. Suppose we are talking about racemose. So this is the main axis. Main axis has bud here, so it continuously grows. It has acropetal arrangement of flowers. So lower flower is going to be the biggest. As we go towards the tip, the flower size goes on becoming smaller. This is called acropetal arrangement. In case of cymose inflorescence, as we said, that the main axis terminates into a flower. So if this is the main axis, it is going to terminate into a flower. So here there is going to be a flower. This is the oldest flower. Then there is a branch which is produced. It terminates into a flower. Then its branch is produced. That terminates into a flower. Its branch is produced. That terminates in a flower. This is called basipetal arrangement. And we have drawn it like this so that we understand that every time a branch is arising. One branch can arise, two branches can arise, three branches, multiple branches can arise from the time, but arrangement is going to be the same. For example, if there is, this is main axis and it terminates into a flower. Then there are two branches, one branch and second branch. Both of them terminate into a flower. These flowers are going to be even smaller. Then they also have branches. Their flowers are going to be even smaller. So it is how many branches actually are produced. But arrangement is called basipetal arrangement, in which the upper flowers are largest and oldest and lower flowers are youngest and smallest. Okay? So these are the differences. Now let us talk about one more difference. The other difference is, in case of racemose, the main axis is monopodial. Main axis is monopodial. Monopodial means it is having only one main branch. The part of the flower or the floral part does not participate in formation of this main branch. Whereas if we look at this, it is going to be like this. This is the first branch, terminates into a flower. Then the next branch terminates into a flower. Then the next branch terminates into a flower. One more branch which terminates into a flower. And when you see this whole big vertical structure which looks like the main axis, it is made up of a part of one branch, a part of another branch, a part of third, a part of fourth. That means it is formed by joining of a part of every branch. It is called sympodial axis. So they have sympodial axis. Main axis is sympodial. Sym means fused. Podium is a vertical structure. So these are the differences between the racemose and cymose type of inflorescence. And then we can subdivide racemose and cymose into many types. Is this difference clear? First thing first, is the difference between these two clear? Difference between racemose and cymose. Then I'll talk about some subtypes of it. Shivam, clear, very good. Rahul says clear. Shreya, Rahul, Piyush. Acropetal arrangement you did not understand. Acropetal arrangement is this: lower flowers are bigger, upper flowers are smaller and younger. Sujit, Sagar, Datta, clear, very good. Sympodial, this is Sneha. See, this is vertical structure. I have used different colors here. But when we see a branch, it is always green. So if you make it with one color, it is going to look like one axis. But that one axis has a part of blue branch, a part of black branch, a part of red branch and a part of blue branch again. But if I make it with one color, it is going to look like this. This branch, then this and this. So this complete vertical structure is the main axis, and it is formed by the fusion of small parts of different branches. Shivam, those are the special types. We will talk about that little later. Sujit is learning from Nepal, okay? Susanna is saying clear. Bala Raju, hello. There is our Pakistan course, okay? Alright, now I am talking about some types of racemose, though it is not given in detail, but I will take some examples on which questions have been asked. So, if I talk about some examples of racemose, one is called raceme. Raceme is a typical racemose inflorescence. It is like this. It is simple raceme, one branch. But if it is a compound raceme, that means multiple branches, then it is known as panicle. Now, how is panicle? Panicle is going to look like this. This is one raceme. This is another raceme. This is the third raceme. And this is the fourth raceme. So we can call it branched raceme. And this is what is PEN. This is known as, or this is found in Gulmohar. It is in Gulmohar. Then there is one which is capitulum. The third type is called capitulum. Capitulum is seen in sunflower. In sunflower, the floral axis becomes like this, and the flowers are arranged here on this axis. Outer flowers are bigger, the inner flowers are smaller. Again, arrangement is same. Now imagine this was a long structure. So these flowers would have been on the lower side and the middle flowers would have been on the tip. So younger flowers would have been on the top, lower flowers, bigger flowers would have been at the bottom. So this is sunflower. Then there is one which is called compound spike, which is seen in case of wheat. These are some examples of racemose and on which questions have been asked. There is one more which is called, that is of racemose, okay? This is the fifth. It is known as spadix. This is in banana. In banana what happens is the floral axis is thick. The female flowers are on the lower side, male flowers are here, and this entire thing is enclosed in a brightly colored spathe. This is called spathe. This is actually discussed in morphology. It is a modified bract. And that is why we also talk about this in inflorescence. We don't have to study types of cymose because never the question has been asked after they have removed it from our syllabus. In special type, there is one which is important, that is hypanthodium. Hypanthodium is a special type and it is found in Ficus carica, that is fig. The complete inflorescence, the receptacle becomes like this, thick and fleshy, and there are three types of flowers. The male flowers are represented by stamen and they are at the tip. And why this we discuss here? Why are we discussing it here? Because this is also in our chapter of reproduction in flowering plants. The female flowers are of two types. The fertile female flowers, which will help in reproduction, and sterile female flowers, which are called gall flowers. So these black ones are gall flowers and the red ones are the fertile female flowers, and these blue ones are the male flowers. So male flower is represented by stamen, female flower is represented by pistil. This is fig, Hypanthodium inflorescence. There are two more, verticillester and scythia, but we don't have this in our syllabus anymore. And that is why I am giving you only that information on which questions in NEET have been asked. And they are related with some other chapter. Like this is with morphology. This is with families. This is also with morphology. This is with our reproduction in flowering plant chapter. So that is why, I have given those examples here also, including our wheat. In wheat, the tepals are modified into lodicules. So that is also a part of our morphology chapter. That is why. Sujit, I'll keep that, I'll note that down and we will take some sessions on that. Gulmohar is Cisalpinia, Sudeep. Heavy snow in Kashmir. Rashid, take care, stay safe. Okay, anything which is not clear in this. Basically, we have to know the difference between racemose and cymose. As you know, there is only one small paragraph which is given in our NCERT. But I have given you this extra because on this, sometimes the questions have been asked. Yes, it is enough, more than enough for NEET. Capitulum, sunflower. Example is sunflower. That was Sneha. Okay, that is not in the syllabus, uniparous, biparous sign, but I can tell you uniparous sign means only one branch at a time, biparous sign means two branches at a time, multiparous sign means many branches at a time. NJS is from Assam. Microbes in human welfare. Yes, we will do that very soon. Okay, Rahul, clear, very good. Example of raceme and panicle. Panicle I have given, that is Gulmohar. Raceme is different examples, we don't have that in our syllabus. Okay, so I guess now you know the difference between racemose and cymose, which is the main thing, and Hypanthodium is important. And I have given you some examples which were asked previously. Any question related to this particular thing? Any confusion with racemose and cymose? There is only one diagram which is given in NCERT. Piyush, I have stopped uploading the DPPs because 2-3 questions, anyways I discuss everything in the class. Thank you, Sneha, thank you. Okay, so as you don't have any doubt on this, and read the paragraph which is given in NCERT. so that you will understand what is mentioned there, and with this description you will be able to understand that better. Okay, and I have noted down the topics which you have mentioned in the chat, and if you come across anything, just write down those in the comment section so that I have a list of all those things, and I'm slowly gradually taking all those concept topics which you are only writing to me. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow at 5 and we will be talking about some new topic. We will discuss it later. Piyush, you can leave that. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow at 5 and we'll discuss a new concept. Bye, take care and stay safe.